Okay, I'm going to do the intro a little bit different.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, can I look at you?
No.
Oh no.
Welcome to this on the festive of days as we eat us some biscuits and watch Blu-rays.
Oh, that was so good. I'm really impressed.
I did a different intro because Grinch.
The Grinch.
Dr Seuss.
What's his name?
Seuss?
Seuss.
Yeah, Dr Seuss.
Dr Seuss.
Dr Seuss.
Dr Seuss. Dr Seuss.
Welcome everyone to the Biscuits Blurays there. Jade, James there. At this point, I think the introduction has gone a bit too long. I thought I'd shorten them a little bit.
So your idea was to go...
Is that okay? Is that not okay? Grinch.
Yes.
It's Christmas. It Grinchy. It green and Grinchy.
It's that time of year, guys.
And or technically it's called How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
It is called How the Grinch Stole Christmas. People forget this.
Yeah. If I was working at like a cinema that was showing this, I'd be like, "Oh, can I have 2 tickets for the Grinch?" And I think you'll find it's called How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Is the Benedict Cumberbatch one?
Yeah.
Is that called the Grinch?
No, that is the Grinch. Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
In fact, I think that's called Illuminations the Grinch.
Illuminations the Grinch.
This isn't the Illumination.
No, this is absolutely not.
This is Ronald Howard's vehicle. It's the Jim Carrey one.
Everyone knows it's the Jim Carrey one.
Everyone likes it.
I think most people like this.
And I disagree with some of them.
I think this falls into the hocus pocus category.
The hokey pokey.
The hokey pokey category with Christmas films.
So what you're saying is, this is to Christmas what Hocus Pocus is to Halloween.
Yeah, every year this is watched without fail and it's got that cult status now. People just love it. Mm-hmm, and they maybe overlook some of the flaws it has.
Okay, yeah. And people are like, oh, but it's Christmas and yeah, it's fine, you gotta let some of it go. But every time I watch it, and I think it says something about me and my age.
Oh, God, you're old.
I'm old. When I was a kid, I enjoyed The Grinch. No, The Grinch it's mid. It's mid, guys. It's the middest film that ever mided.
I think it's a mid film. And to be fair, it's not something I watch every year. Mm-hmm. But I think when I do watch it, I appreciate it for what it is.
Mid.
Which it is a mid film. I tend to watch this when I'm doing things like wrapping presents or I'm doing something else. It's a bit more of a background film for me.
You paid it. It's for your full attention now.
That's because I was doing this podcast.
Oh, okay. I just thought you had no more presents left.
Well, I've already wrapped all the presents up for your good self.
Oh, wait. First of all, I want to get a few things off my chest about this.
Okay.
I know people come here for a bit of trivia, so I'm just going to spout a few because everyone knows it. I think people are born with 3 things. Mm-hmm. They understand the backstory for Spider-Man. They understand the backstory for Batman.
They know that Backstreet is back.
They know... Okay, 4 things. They know that Backstreet is back. And also, that when Jim Carrey swipes the tablecloth from the table, he was meant to knock it all off, but it all stays there, so he runs back on. Yeah, we get it. Everyone knows that fact.
How much of this film did he do himself? Was that we see in the final finished production with stuff that he's just ad-libbed or...
Oh, okay.
Or improvised?
Okay, Jim Carrey is for those who don't know, is a comedic actor.
He is indeed.
But he is an over-actor.
Yeah, he does.
And he's a scenery chewer. This is all said with love. I love the guy. I think he's great. I could watch him all day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think maybe it's a 70-30 ratio.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
Because I think he's undirectable.
He's got his own idea and own vision of what he wants to do. Yeah. And I think as soon as he's got that idea in his head, it's going to be really hard for a director to try and steer him away from things.
No, I don't think it is that. I think it is he grew up wanting to impress people and like, comedy and stuff, and that was his way forward. But I think it is, as soon as he's on set and he's seen what he's got to play with, he'll do it. I think he's similar to Robin Williams.
Do you think he's a bit of a diva?
I don't know. This film came out post-Truman Show. Okay. Post-Man on the Moon.
Right.
And pre-Bruce Almighty.
Okay. They're facts.
They're facts that happen. Mm-hmm. Okay. With the Man on the Moon thing, I think that was when he became a bit of a method actor.
I've not seen it.
It's really good.
Okay.
But there's that documentary on Netflix where he's behind the scenes of the making of it. And he comes across as a bit of an
idiot.
Is it idiot's
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Idiot's the wrong word. Douchebag, I would describe him as.
Okay.
Where he's like, okay, but method acting is not acting. That's just being a dick.
Yeah.
And saying, oh, that's what this person would have done. No.
Yeah, is it kind of like the actions that we see from like Jared Leto in Suicide Squad? It's like, that's not method, that's you being a complete arsehole to your cast members.
Correct. I think it's the same vein, but I find it weird that he did the Grinch after that. Because he was in the Oscar race for that. He didn't get nominated. And then it's weird that he's gone Me, Myself and Irene and then the Grinch. But he's good in this.
No, I do like his performance. I think this is one of the saving things about it because it comes across as quite cartoony, and it needs to.
Yeah,
I like that.
I do want to talk a bit more about cartoony stuff later on, but first of all, we have to address. Well, we have to get dressed, I guess. It's a good segue into what I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
The costume.
Yes.
The hair and makeup, and there's quite a lot of hair and makeup.
There is indeed.
Cast your minds back to the Cat in the Hat episode.
Oh.
Right. Hi, Jack and Jamie.
Hi, Jack and Jamie. We love you.
We love you. That famously killed any live-action Dr Seuss adaptations.
As it should have done, because it's wank. I'm sorry, guys. I know you love that film.
Yeah, it is correct. It's not better than Space Jam. But where do you think Jim Carrey succeeds where Mike Myers plummets?
I don't know. Maybe it's the character itself. I mean, the Cat in the Hat is just a little bit too goofy. It's a little bit too good. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas the Grinch is... Maybe it's because he's been able to kind of do what he wants a little bit with it. It's a bit darker. I think people prefer that, maybe. I feel like Mike Myers is completely miscast for a start.
Correct.
I think if another actor had that, would it be better? I don't know.
I think those films are... this film and that film, if you put them side by side, you'd be like, okay, this is ridiculous. The Grinch has got a story arc.
Yeah.
Hates Christmas, loves Christmas. The Cat in the Hat has no arc. He is cat.
He's just irritating, isn't he, really?
In hat, yeah.
Let's just fuck up the house that your mum's been tirelessly trying to clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I really dislike The Cat in the Hat. I think it's really bad.
The film or the book?
Both. I've already explained this to James in quite a lot of detail. I find Dr Seuss illustrations really creepy.
This is where we go into the therapy session of the podcast.
Welcome
to Jade's Therapy Hour.
Jade's Therapy Hour. So for what Pink Elephants is like in the segment in Dumbo.
Yeah, the best bit of the film.
Where that creeps out a lot of people. Dr Seuss illustrations does that to me.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I find them really unsettling.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Is it the hues or is it the...
All of it. I don't like it. I don't know why.
But this isn't what they look like now.
No, it isn't.
This is what they looked like first issue, right?
I don't like any of the original stuff.
Oh, okay. So
but interestingly, it's the original stuff that is the more interesting. It's weird, isn't it? Because if you look at... Because we were looking at it, weren't we, on Google before we came to film this?
Yeah.
The original illustrations of the Grinch are really creepy.
He's quite slender. Does he say in the book that he's green? Because those drawings are black and white.
They're all black and white, yeah.
Apart from
the eyes,
which are not whatever this colour is in Jim Carrey's one.
They're red.
They're red.
I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, that he's always black and white in the book except for the eyes. It's just the front cover where he's green.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if they'd have done red eyes in this film, it would have completely changed things.
Oh yeah, big time, yeah. I'd have loved to have seen some makeup tests for this.
Oh yeah, I would.
But I don't think this is an adaptation of the book per se. I think it's more an adaptation of the cartoon.
Okay.
The Chuck Jones...
But the cartoon is just ripped from the book, though. It's exactly the same.
Yeah, but I think what this is taking is some of that imagery and going... and
just copying it.
Yeah, copying it. Not the book, because Hollywood writers don't read. Right? So they go, okay, we'll watch that, and we'll just stretch it really thin.
Do you think some of that imagery was done on purpose, so people would be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that shot from the cartoon, like when he's crawling along the floor"?
This is where we get into the cartoony bit that we spoke about.
I see.
It comes full circle, all connects.
All connects.
So yeah, I think the strengths of this one, it is a sort of live action cartoon.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey is perfect for it, but I do think some efforts have gone into it to make it fun. Mm-hmm. For instance, the bit where he's crawling around on his fingertips and his toes.
Yeah.
And when he throws Max into the snow, and then there's a dog shape.
In
the snow. It's just little things like that. I think it's a bit Animaniacs-esque.
Yeah, like when he comes out of the dump it to crumpet.
Yeah.
Like shoot in the floor, and he ends up going into a drum, and then into like some signage. Then he's into into boobies.
It's Looney Tunes.
It is very Looney Tunes. Yeah, if his eyes popped out his head, it wouldn't be out of place.
Yeah, but that's Chuck Jones, so that's why I think it's not an adaptation of the book. I think it is an adaptation of the cartoon.
Okay.
I've never seen the cartoon.
You should.
I've seen about 30 seconds of the cartoon.
Why have you not seen more?
Because I've watched Home Alone 2.
Oh, that's the only reason where you've seen it.
Where he's watching it in the limo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the Grinch does a smile, and then it cuts to Tim Curry doing the same smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good cut.
What?
Home Alone 2's a banger, isn't it?
We love Home Alone 2. We need to watch that. We've not watched that yet this year.
What a hole!
What a hole!
This is directed by Ron Howard.
It is indeed.
Ron Howard is the director. How did you find him?
What else has he done?
Apollo 13.
I've not seen it.
Rush.
Not seen it.
Solo.
Not seen that either. We're keeping away from Solo at the moment, aren't we?
Is it because you hate Ron Howard?
Yes.
Why do you hate Ron Howard?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you.
Ron Howard he was one of the guys in Happy Days.
Okay.
He's friends with the Fonz, I think.
Not seen it.
You've not seen Happy Days?
No.
Hey.
I know of the Fonz though.
Okay, good, excellent.
I know that from Friends, like Fonzie.
Like Urkel. But yeah, I think he's quite a good director. I don't think he's great.
No, he's not great, but I see what he was doing with this. I could see his vision.
Apollo 13's a banger.
Okay.
I think you'd really like it. This isn't banger. This is... Mid. You have a very interesting point about the colour palette on this.
I've always found the colour palette of this to be dull. I'm expecting this to be... This is the Who's. They love Christmas. They've literally gone to town with the hair and makeup, the costuming, the set designs. I mean, the way that everything's angled. Mm-hmm. That's fabulous. I love that.
Yeah.
I just wish the colours were brighter. It's almost like they've put, like you said, an Instagram filter over it. And that's where, love it or hate it, that's where the Illumination one gets it right.
That's the only thing the Illumination one gets right.
I like other little bits about the Illumination one, but I feel like in that one, that is a world there that loves, where you can tell everyone loves Christmas, and it's so bright you could just jump into it. It's just I love it.
But I think that's because live action, that's difficult to do.
I don't know. I've other films I've watched have not seemed as dark as that.
I'm just trying to think, because this is clearly made. I mean, we live in a world now where The Grinch is a cult classic. Mm-hmm. So, like Universal Studios around Christmas time, they wheel out an actor who can do the impression and put him in the costume. Yeah. And they always do great, and it always looks good.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think what the set looks like there compared to what it looks like in this film.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe the sets are that colourful in real life, but when you film them, they look not that way.
You can't tell me they couldn't have done something with the aspect ratio to make it look better.
I don't think. Don't forget they've got to get this out around Christmas, so maybe they're sort of like, we've got to cut corners. And Jim Carrey's in makeup for like 8 hours a day.
Yeah, if he's in makeup for that long, you can be sorting out your fucking camera.
Hey, I didn't make this movie.
That's my biggest complaint, I think, of the film.
Yeah, I do understand. I think what you want is the beginning of Elf, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to feel really bright, and I never get that.
I think most Christmassy films look muted, though.
Not really.
Home Alone never looks colourful.
I think it does in the house in the beginning and stuff. There's better... Other films, I think, do it better. And I think for something like this, which is cartoony, it should have felt a little bit more cartoony with the colours.
That's a fair point. Okay, I can't disagree with that.
How do you find it visually?
I think it's fine. I don't ever remember being impressed by it. Because I watched this at the cinema when it came out. I think you did as well.
I did, yeah.
You've still got your ticket stub.
I still have my ticket stub for this.
That's weird.
It is really weird. I remember keeping it in a little plastic wallet, and it's in a memory box I've got.
Oh,
memories.
Cute. Memories.
I watched this in Screen 7 at the Odeon.
Lovely.
There we go.
Quick shout out to my sister here. I've told you this story, but I want to embarrass her a little bit more. She doesn't listen to this. Me and my dad went to see The Grinch.
Okay.
My mum and my sister went to see Jeepers Creepers. And The Grinch had finished. We were waiting. and Jeepers Creepers was about halfway through, and she came out crying.
Wow.
My mum brought... have you seen Jeepers Creepers?
I have seen Jeepers
They
Creepers.
just found the tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah? So she came out crying. She's like, I don't like it. It's really scary. She snuck in because she was 14. It's 15.
Yeah.
And my mum dropped her off in the foyer and went back.
I like that.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, I think I don't ever remember it being colourful.
No, I don't.
I remember it being scary.
There's elements of it that are quite scary.
May I?
Yes.
Jim Scary.
Jim Carrey.
Hey. Oh, and he's knocked it out of the park. Oh, the crowd goes right. It's a home run.
So how do you find the Who's makeup?
It's creepy.
And their look overall?
It's creepy, isn't it? I think they're going for a thing one, thing two.
Yes.
And we've learned from The Cat in the Hat, that's never a good idea.
No, it don't work.
Cat in the Hat obviously came second, but we watched that recently.
I mean, don't you think the Who's now are quite iconic? That people, when you think of the Grinch, they think, oh, the Who's with the noses and the crazy hair.
But when I think of the Who's, I think the only film that's ever got it right is Horton Hears a Who.
Okay.
I have no emotional connections with Dr Seuss or any of his books or his Loraxes, anything like that. I don't care if I'm the Wansler. You can fuck off. Right? I care about the trees. But I think Horton Hears a Who is it's an absolute banger.
Okay.
And that is the Jim Carrey Dr Seuss film I would rather watch than this.
I see. That's quite a bold statement you're making.
You know
there.
what? I said it. You know why? Because
Why?
it's half an hour shorter.
That's what this needed. I think it needed to be at least half an hour to 40 minutes shorter.
What is new here? Because you read the book.
First of all, we get this whole a character arc for Cindy Lou. In the short story. Well, in the book, she's the only time we see her is when she goes to disturb the Grinch when he's stealing the shit out of her house.
So she goes up to see him.
No, so that's the only time we see him is when she disturbs him.
Oh.
You know, when he does the ha 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 hello little tot, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Pretending to be Santa. That's is dialogue directly from the book.
Okay.
I think her character's maybe like 2 or 3. She's a toddler.
Is she? She's not a main character in the book.
No, she's literally 2 or 3. She's just a toddler, and she just disturbs him because she thinks it's Santa. Mm-hmm. He gives her water, she goes off to bed, and that's it. We never see her again.
Yeah.
That I remember anyway. In this one, she's older, and she's given this whole arc that she needs to find out why the Grinch doesn't enjoy Christmas, why she doesn't enjoy Christmas anymore.
She's sort of having an existential crisis, which is weird for a 5-year-old.
It is indeed.
That she doesn't really understand the meaning of Christmas. No. Or maybe the meaning has got lost somewhere.
Yeah, it's become very commercial with the Who's.
Which is weird, because there are no commercials anywhere. There are no billboards. There's no Who PlayStation. You know, it's just weird that they've got, we love Christmas, but what's commercialism? I don't know. What's commercial? I saw no televisions in their houses.
No, they were buying a lot of tat though, weren't they?
Maybe that's what it is. Tat.
It is just tat.
Yeah.
No different to the shite I saw people buying from B&M bargains earlier.
Hey, this is not sponsored by B&M. B&M, if you're listening, we love you. You don't peddle any tat. Everything we've bought for you is fully functional.
Some of it's tat.
Some of it's fallen to pieces, yeah. I think this is too long. This is far too long.
Yeah.
Why is there a song in this? Well, there's 2 songs in this. One of them is good.
One is good, and it's the one from the cartoon. Mm-hmm. The You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Oh my god.
Timeless,
such a vibe.
right? Yeah.
I love that. And wasn't it that made Jim Carrey accept the role? I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. That initially he didn't want to take on the role of the Grinch because he'd never imagined himself as that character.
Okay.
It wasn't until he heard a kid's version of them singing You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, that made him go, oh, actually, I could do something with this.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the story. Pause while we check.
Yeah, I found it. Jim Carrey accepted the role of the Grinch when he heard a tape of a kid's choir singing the song You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
I knew I'd read that somewhere.
But, if he hears kids singing it, why is he going to be like, oh, okay, I want to be a film about it?
I don't know, I think it inspired him. Listening to how they were doing the voices
Okay.
in the song, and he was like, oh, actually, I think this gives me something to work with a little bit.
This is a very interesting fact that I quite like, yeah.
Okay.
No movie other than this has featured so many characters in heavy makeup and costumes since The Wizard of Oz, 1939.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the hair and makeup is great, and this is where we do a big shout out to a guy that we love. Mm-hmm. Rick Baker.
We love Rick Baker.
Master Rick Baker. And Gail Rowell Ryan as well is his accomplice. But he won the Oscar for this.
As he should have done, purely because of the Grinch's makeup alone. I think that makeup is standalone. It's very timeless.
Yeah,
I think it's wonderful.
We know Jim Carrey was trained by the CIA or some shit.
We know all that.
We've watched all those interviews, guys. He was smoking or whatever. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a quick search as to who the girl became, not what her band was. The Pretty Reckless.
I don't know any of their songs, but she's quite cool from the pictures.
No,
I've
one of
seen.
them is quite an iconic song.
Okay.
Make me wanna die. But yeah, Cindy Lou, who grew up to be in a rock band.
Which you wouldn't have guessed from listening to the shite that is Where Are You Christmas.
You hate it, I hate it.
It's very Where Is Love from Oliver.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's more a what's the song from Hook?
Oh yeah, that weird one that little girl sings.
What's
where
the
he
song
just wants
called?
a drop kicker. Yeah.
Why? Where are you, Peter? Why can't I? No, that's not it.
You've just basically taken Where Are You
What's
Christmas.
it called? The song from Hook.
The stars are all my friends. Oh no.
Maybe just directors in the 90s and noughties thought, okay, if we're going to have a family film, a kid has to sing. Because a kid would go, oh, that's me, I'm relatable. I too don't know where Christmas is.
I get why she's singing it, because she's having that bit of a dilemma, but she didn't need the song to show that she was going through this dilemma. We already knew she was.
Yeah.
In the opening scene we find out, because she's questioning her dad. So it's pointless, really.
It reeks of Cheer Up Charlie.
It really does. And it's just not needed. It's silly filler.
What was the... Just real quick, what was the Letterboxd review you saw for Wonka?
Oh, yeah. Oh, someone put it's about his interest. It's as if someone said, let's have a whole film of Cheer Up Charlie.
Yeah. That was a scathing review. I loved it.
Review, but we like it.
When we've got filler here, we've got a little bit of backstory, which is weird because 5 minutes before the narrator, Anthony Hopkins, says, oh, he just hates it.
No one quite knows the reason.
No one knows the reason. But there is a reason.
And actually quite a lot of people in Whoville do know the reason why he hates Christmas.
Yeah,
because they were all a part of it.
Cindy Lou goes round interviewing everyone about it.
It doesn't take long, and bearing in mind, because we see papers in Whoville, because you liked the kind of Yeti shot, didn't you? Yeah.
I like the Bigfoot thing. He's doing the walk.
He's doing the walk. If they're that interested about him, which they clearly are, because Grinch is spotted on Mount Crumpet, a journalist would have been able to have found that information out.
Correct.
So why is it taking Cindy Lou 2 minutes?
Why hasn't this town killed him?
Well, they're all terrified of him because he's scared them all away.
Well, why don't they stop him to death then?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
He's not powerful.
They're only alive for 5 minutes, aren't they, before the snowflake melts?
This is weird. We figured it out. We found the plot hole. Mm-hmm. We believe that the Who's live on specks of dust and in the space between spaces.
Yeah.
To quote Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So these ones are on a snowflake. Therefore, I love Christmas so much. Mm-hmm. Am I right in thinking so?
I'm assuming so. I think it's just added. Maybe I don't remember. It could be an opening line from the Seuss book because it rhymes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there.
We should have done this whole episode in rhyme.
We should have done.
And now we just don't have the time.
Oh no! Here he goes.
Oh gosh. Secondary characters. Obviously, everyone's overshadowed by Jim Carrey, but I do think there are some moments where other people shine in this as well.
Yes. My favourite is I like the mayor.
I like the mayor.
He's such a bad man, but you like it.
I really like it at the end where he comes out and he says, this is why you shouldn't invite the Grinch. And then he's slamming on the bed. This is why you shouldn't invite the Grinch. Jeffrey Tambor, what a guy. We don't like him, apparently. He got cancelled.
We can't like him anymore.
God damn it. Okay, Christine Baranski.
Oh my god, she's an absolute icon.
Everyone thinks she's an icon in this.
I think it's because all single ladies want to be like her. She's got her own house.
Yep.
She goes around wearing all the finest clothes. She's got that kind of the dressing gown that you'd wear when the police tell you that your husband's died under mysterious circumstances.
Like, why were you making direct eye contact with me?
It's like, oh, officer. I had no idea that the brakes were cut on the bus he was on.
Maybe she has killed all her previous husbands.
Maybe. But no, we all think she's a vibe. I think most ladies think that she's a vibe.
I think that
and guys, we all think so.
Yeah, why not? I think that character is like Jim Carrey in The Grinch. That character could only ever be played by Christine Baranski.
Oh yeah, she's perfect.
There's no one else for that.
No.
And it's a shame because there's people like Molly Shannon in this. And whoever the dad is, and one of the Howards is in this.
They're forgettable. I
Forgettable
think.
compared to these three.
I'd agree.
The Grinch, the Mayor, and...
I'd say Cindy Lou's quite, or Taylor Momsen, the actress, is quite memorable. And again, I think hair and makeup does a lot of that for her.
Uh-huh. She's quite cute.
She's really cute. She doesn't annoy me either. The only thing that really annoys me about her is when she sings. Take the singing away. She's fine. And I think she has a good... She acts quite well against Carey.
That's not acting. That's just her standing
Just
completely
reacting.
still. Yeah.
You know, when they do their kind of bits and pieces in the cave and stuff,
Okay.
with their backwards and forwards is quite good.
But she's never off book. I think in that bit of the script, I think it says Grinch improvises, and then it's got Cindy Lou's lines, and then Grinch improvises.
Or it might just say something he should be doing and Jim's just doing what he wants.
That's the beauty of Jim Carrey.
He just does what he likes.
And that's great that he's spent, 8 hours in the makeup chair and then goes to set and gives it 100%.
He really does. He didn't have to, but he did.
I know you said you don't really recognise him when you look at him. Mm-hmm. But I see it. I see the Careys.
That's because you've studied him.
Yeah.
Because anyone who's watched James act can see Jim Carrey in there.
Yeah.
I think mainly because you've always... We're going completely off topic now, but
Sure.
Because you act in a way that you've always done a lot of comedic roles.
It's Carrey-esque, yeah.
You see Carey in there because you use your entire body when you're acting, which is what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he especially in this, because the makeup is so heavy, he's got to act through it, not just in what he's doing with how he's delivering his lines.
Which is where I think Mike Myers fails in Cat in the Hat.
In Cat in the Hat, it's wearing him.
Oh, God, yeah.
How many times is he just kind of just standing there waving his arms? It's just, and it comes across as he's doing an impression of Carey doing the Grinch.
Worse.
It's just it's a really poor choice.
I don't think the filler is all that bad in this because we get the Hooverlation.
That's the best part of it for me. I like the Hooverlation.
You do?
So I think I do. Yeah, there's some quite funny lines in it.
I think I'd agree. The middle bit of the film is the highlight.
Yeah.
It really, like Mount Who, or whatever it's called. The mountain, what's the mountain called?
Mount Crumpet.
Like Mount Crumpet, this peaks in the middle.
What, like Mount Who?
I know, I'm going to edit out me saying Mount Who. I've watched the film, guys. I'm a big fan of the Grinch.
The Grinch. Mount Who?
Mount Who?
Mount Huh? Did you even watch this?
Yeah, I fell asleep, okay? Fell asleep. But yeah, I think when Cindy Lou goes to see him, and then he's doing all his whatever, and then what shall I wear? It's quite iconic.
Yeah, I think as well, how many times have we seen it memed on Facebook, or especially around this time of year?
I think it's you can get it as a audio. I might get it as an audio on this.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that's one thing that I really do like about this film is it's so quotable.
Name 5 quotes, go.
Ooh. Ah. That's it, I'm not going.
4 more.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm okay. Go Chantal.
I like that one.
And then the Hooverlation is quite good. It's quite mean-spirited, though.
It is, because the mayor is such a douche.
It's a likeable douche.
I think it's because in how he's played.
Yeah.
Because we want to see this character get his comeuppance. Mm-hmm. They're just like childhood bullies, aren't they?
No, I don't think it is that. I think he is that. I think the mayor is that.
Yeah, he's a bully.
Yeah, obviously bullies go into power. But then when he's given the razor again, I think people are laughing because, oh, that's a harmless joke. Not everyone knows that joke.
That story, yeah.
Yeah. So they're laughing because it's like, that's a funny gift. It's like when, like a bad Christmas present or a bad cracker joke. That's what people are laughing at. But the Grinch is taking it like, oh, you're
It's
laughing.
bringing back a lot of really, really hurtful memories for him, was when his whole class laughed at him. That's quite traumatic for him because we've got all this weird backstory that we didn't actually need.
And then he goes off. What do you think to the backstory?
It makes sense, but did we need it? No. Because ultimately, when you take the bare bones out of the story, which is, again, the book, the cartoon, the Grinch is just a character who hates Christmas. It's never explained as to why he does. Mm-hmm. It's just that he hates it. The Who's love it. He decides, you know what, I'm going to take it away. He's just a bit mean-spirited, a bit of a dick, because his heart's small. Mm-hmm. It isn't until the end when actually they're all they all start singing immediately. There's no crying or whatever. They all start singing straight away. That's when he has this change in heart. That's it. There's nothing else really to it. I
do like the change to it though. The ending where the Who's, because you said when it happened that the Who's needed humbling.
In this one they do, because they're so commercialised, aren't they? I mean, all they're doing is buying tat and having contests and.
But there are no commercials anywhere, Jade.
But you know what I mean. They're buying lots of shit.
I get it. Yeah.
That they don't need.
Yeah, and Christmas is about who you spend it with, not what you buy for them.
It's getting. I think the point of the story that we get to with seeing the Who's as they are. They've gotten to a point where Christmas is kind of like an overload. They have forgotten that meaning. It's all about who can do the best lights, who can do the best this, who has the best cake.
So how have we, as a society, done 2 Grinch movies, a Grinch cartoon, and read the book of the Grinch, and just carried on?
Carried on doing as is.
That's what I don't understand. Humans are broken, I think.
There is broken. So it makes sense in this one why he's doing it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the Grinch has got a point, because everything that they get for Christmas on Boxing Day, it goes in the trash anyway. Mm-hmm. And I really like some of the set design and the prop design where it's sort of like different pieces done together. Do you see his telescope?
Yeah.
It was like 2 legs and of a tripod.
Oh yeah, the false leg.
The false leg, and then I think that telescope has different pieces in it anyway, because people have just gone, nah, we don't.
I mean, I don't mind them obviously deviating away from the original as long as you've got your bare bones in there. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise they're just recopying the same thing over and over again. So adding the backstory was okay. I just feel like there's just a bit too much filler in this. They could have taken some of it away.
I completely agree with you. And the thing I think as well, I think I've watched this every year since it came out, because society tells you to. And as I've got older, I've gone, oh, this film's getting worse.
That's how I've become, but with Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus isn't very good anyway.
Lies.
Plot twist.
But that's something I've watched again and again and again every year. And the more and more I've watched it, I've found more that's wrong with it.
But is the film changing, or is you changing?
Does that mean Christmas changes too? Oh.
Let's do a quick ranking. Mm-hmm. I want to do a list of the Holy Trinity, as it were.
Okay.
Child actors at Christmas.
Okay. Oh no.
Culkin.
Culkin's top.
Culkin's top.
Culkin's top for me.
Jake Lloyd.
Ooh, towards the bottom, but he doesn't have a lot to do.
Taylor Momsen.
She's under Culkin.
She's under Culkin.
Yeah.
But better than Lloyd.
Yeah.
Why?
Again, Lloyd doesn't have a lot to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, he doesn't sing, so he's got that working for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like, again, I don't know, I quite like her in this. Again, she doesn't annoy me. There's parts of Jingle All the Way where Jake Lloyd was annoying. That was his character, though. Oh yeah, you can almost kill me. That's okay. I'm going to give you the doll anyway. Yeah. No,
I've got the real thing at home.
Oh, it's a bit Hallmark, a bit cheesy, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think this Cindy Lou Who is quite cute. She's quite innocent. I think it does well, given her those characteristics.
Yeah.
I think she's a good protagonist.
Yeah, she's someone who's in this story. She's got to try and introduce the Grinch back into Whoville. Yeah. So she's the kind of stepping stone to for him to get back in.
I do want to talk about the performance of the dog.
Max.
Oh,
it's Kelly.
That's a girl dog.
Yeah, the dog's name was Kelly.
Short for Maxine, perhaps.
Who knows?
But I think halfway through this film, you were like, how did he get Max? And then we stumble over a theory.
Yeah.
That I don't think you liked. Someone got Max for Christmas and decided to throw him away.
Oh, which is sadly what happens to some dogs.
Yeah.
Well, animals in general. Hence why they had. It's sad that we live in a time where they had to create a campaign that said dogs aren't just for Christmas. Same way rabbits aren't just for Easter.
What? Mm-hmm. I've bought you 7 rabbits for Easter.
Come in.
Oh God, where are they?
People are completely off topic. Rabbits are like a mix between a cat and a dog. They're really demanding. You can't just buy them they're docile when they're babies. Mm-hmm. As soon as they get older, they start tearing shit up. You have to look after them.
Bunnies have really sharp claws, and I don't like it.
You can. Oh dear.
I don't like it. Anytime I've held a bunny, it's tried to skin off me.
That's because they don't like being held. People forget that.
Oh.
Annoying, but again, it's a sad world we live in, that people have to be reminded not to buy animals as presents like that.
I think Jim Carrey does well to act against the dog here. That's a good dog acting.
Oh,
it's up there with the I Am Legend dog.
Oh yeah.
Right? I'd say it's better than the I Am Legend dog, because at least this one doesn't die.
Spoiler alert!
Whoa! Everyone's seen I Am Legend at this point.
I saw I Am Legend for the first time during the pandemic.
Oh, well, that's a terrible time to watch
Terrible time to be watching it.
Why did you watch it in the pandemic?
Everybody was watching really weird films during the pandemic. Didn't everybody watch that
Contagion.
other film? Everyone watched Contagion, didn't they, around the
Contagion's not that good. It's very accurate to how it happens as well.
I went to see that at the cinema.
You're weird, the films you've seen at the cinema.
I've been to see a lot because I've always had, Limitless cards. Shut the fuck up, so have you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Off the wall as Jim Carrey's performance is here, I think the Grinch's lesson is brought through with some damn fine acting from him at the end.
Yeah.
The bit where he sort of understands the meaning of Christmas and his heart grows. Mm-hmm. And it's very serious. And I feel like Ron Howard at that point would have gone, Jim, shut the fuck up. Calm down. You were nominated for a Golden Globe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Bring that in this scene. And I think he does it really well. And it's quite touching.
Yeah.
I'm not touched by it, but I can see how that would be touching.
Have you ever been touched by that scene, though?
I think 1 year when my dog died, I was really touched by it.
Oh.
Because he was nice to Max. And I was like, oh, my dog died.
Oh, but we forget that the Grinch from the cartoon, from the book, doesn't have any redeeming qualities whatsoever in relation to the dog.
So what's his...
He's just he's not very nice to him at all.
But does he, when his heart gets bigger, does he become a nicer Grinch?
A little bit, but...
It's still like... Oh.
You still get the impression that the Grinch loves Max.
Okay.
All the way through the film.
Uh-huh.
Even when he's an idiot and he throws him out for enjoying his Christmas around his little kennel.
Shout out to Smash Mouth, which feature in that scene.
They do feature in that
scene.
They do? Yeah. And then in the Illumination one, it completely changes it. Like, they're best friends. Mm-hmm. It's like the Grinch's wingman. It's really weird.
The Grinch has pearly white teeth in the Illumination one.
I know.
And then he smiles, and he's got, and then Pharrell Williams sings, "You've got termites in your smile." I was like, but he's got damn fine teeth.
Oh,
I just don't understand how they can get that character design that wrong.
Oh dear, they made him cute and cuddly so they could make toys that children would want.
And that's the problem with Illumination. I've never liked Illumination.
And I think the problem as well with that is the fact that you've got Pharrell Williams doing the narration.
Oh, what? Really?
So he's doing what Anthony Hopkins is doing in this.
Oh, what?
Was it Boris Karloff who did the...
Boris Karloff in the original,
In the original one, you've got these people with these amazing voices and, power.
Yeah.
You get Pharrell Williams doing a
really weird,
does not weird rap version of the... Oh, I don't mind other people putting their own spin on things.
It's to make it hip and trendy, because that's what the kids...
But it didn't need it. There's a reason why the originals worked.
I quite like Anthony Hopkins' narration in this.
I do.
I would like to hear him do a audiobook for it.
Ooh, that'd be
right, you think? Maybe all the Dr Seuss ones, just that Anthony Hopkins do it. Have you seen he's gone off the rails recently?
No.
You should follow him on Instagram, because he just posts random stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, but the narration's quite good here.
I like it.
I don't know how much of it is true to the book.
It's more or less word for
word. Word for word, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Is this a favourite of yours for Christmas?
I think it's one of those that when I think of the top 10 films that I want to watch in December, it's on that list always.
But then you watch it and then you think,
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, I find this with a lot of Christmas films now, and I'm also now starting to find it with Halloween too.
Oh.
They are background films while I'm doing other things that are in the spirit of the holiday. Mm-hmm. So I would watch this while making a gingerbread house, or wrapping presents, or decorating the tree.
They don't really do Christmas movies anymore.
I think a lot of them are straight to Netflix, these sorts of things, aren't they?
Yeah, because again, people would watch them in the background. But I'm trying to think of the last big budget. You have to see this at the cinema. I think it's probably like Fred Claus or some shit.
I think it's the films that have got a bit of a holiday feel to them. For example, Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a Christmas film.
Well, the last few years it's been Star Wars.
Yeah.
We've had a Star Wars release over Christmas, and I think Mary Poppins Returns tried.
Yeah, they did, but they're a Boxing Day release.
Yes, I want to say they were. Maybe Christmas Eve.
But we did get the Grinch Illuminations in 2018.
Yeah, but it came out in November.
I did go and see it in December, and do you know what? It did get me in the Christmassy mood, because the aesthetic of that film is Christmassy.
Is that better than this one?
Aesthetic-wise, yes.
Is it a better film than this one?
No.
Oh, excellent. I hate Illumination Studios.
And the voice that Benedict is putting on is really weird.
Is he doing an accent?
Yes.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's odd.
Yeah.
It's harmless. I think if you've got young children, it's something you can put on and they can enjoy.
Yeah. I quite like Jim Carrey's accent in this.
I like him in this.
Connery-esque?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, why not?
Does watching this inspire you to watch the cartoon?
Which cartoon?
The original one, yeah.
It does, but I'm not in a rush.
Because we were talking about how this has affected the wider culture of Christmas in general. Because, I mean, the amount of shops I've been in this year where there's been Grinch merchandise everywhere. I mean, we always get it every year, but I feel like this year's been particularly big.
There's a bag outside the door.
With the Grinch on it, but it's all of the artwork
Is cartoon Grinch.
Is the cartoon Grinch.
I think, as well, you mentioned there's a poster for this where it is him holding the bauble.
Does anyone else remember that? I remember thinking it was really iconic.
No, but I remember it. I remember seeing him having a bauble. I don't remember the bauble being broken.
Yeah, the bauble's smashed.
Okay.
And that is parts of it. Because I think that's such a great thing for what the Grinch stands for. It's like, oh, this is Christmas. Oh, I fucked it a little bit.
Yeah, but I think that's very in keeping of the Dr Seuss one. Because isn't there a picture of his hand at the minute doing this?
I don't know, is there?
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it. I was going to use it as the artwork for this.
That was the original poster, wasn't it? And the bauble was smashed.
Yeah. Oh, the bauble is smashed. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
So it's kind of got that, oh, here's the Christmas thing I'm holding. But, oh, so sorry. Yeah, because that was the full one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I do remember.
I remember that was the picture that I saw initially, and that to me really drew me in as to what the story was about.
That reeks of horror film.
I quite like that though. I think that's quite a good.
To those listening, we'll audio describe the Grinch's hand is holding a red bauble.
All you can see in this picture is just his arm.
Yeah.
Holding the bauble, and it just says you better watch out.
But again, it's Jim Carrey is the Grinch. It's not How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I don't think they ever really settled on the title. Unless,
as well, it might have been different in other parts of the world. Was it like, for example, was it the Grinch in England, and was it How the Grinch Stole Christmas somewhere else?
Maybe.
For example, like how we've seen with Moana, it was Moana for us. It was Moana in Europe.
Why was it not Moana in certain countries?
Because of the porn star.
There's a famous porn star called Moana. Anyway,
furiously Google that.
Better than Space Jam?
Yeah.
You think?
I think it's better than Space Jam. And maybe I've got nostalgia goggles on a little bit with it. It's so quotable. I don't quote anything from Space Jam ever.
You haven't seen Space Jam?
I have seen Space Jam.
I only quote this around this time of year.
No,
though.
you don't. You quote this all the time. We only just got together when you quoted the entire bit from The Cave.
Yeah, I did. That's because I think my impression is pretty good.
It's bang on, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we quote the "You're an idiot."
You're an idiot.
Quite a lot.
Yeah. Alright, fine. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Mind if I wet my whistle? Oh, there's so many good things in this.
Yeah. I don't think it's better than Space Jam. I think it's as good as, but every time I watch it and every time I rank it on Letterboxd, I think I take half a star off each time.
So when you do your Christmas rankings of kind of films you would watch in December, is this on your list?
No, but only because I know it's all filler and I know it's half an hour too long. And I think that half an hour could be put somewhere else. Muppets Christmas Carol is an hour and 20 minutes. And the other Jim Carrey Christmas Carol goes on far too long. Mm-hmm. Christmas films are short and sweet.
Yeah, they should be short and sweet stories.
Yeah. Like a little Christmas cracker. You put it once and it's over, yeah?
So what else, for example, like your 5 Christmas films that you had to pick that you'd watch every year, what would they be?
Home Alone 1, 2.
No, Home Alone's 1.
What?
In total.
Damn. Okay, Home Alone's
top
1. I love them. Not 3 and 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Then I would go Die Hard.
Yeah.
Then I would go... Is Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie?
No.
I'm pretty sure Lethal Weapon.
No, pick an actual festive film, please. Not a film that just has Christmas in it.
Jingle All the Way.
Is that a new edition though? Because we've seen it this year.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
Then I'd go Charlie Brown Christmas.
Okay.
I like Snoopy.
Aww.
I think it's cute when they're all
Snoopy
playing around the piano and he does his little dance.
Everyone who's that is listening,
To those
James
who-
has just done a really
James
cute
just did the Snoopy dance.
little Snoopy dance.
Then I don't know. The fifth is always replaceable. Never Love Actually or anything like that. Never any of those schmaltzy stuff. I like my Christmas films a little bit dark.
You missed out Muppets Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol second.
Okay.
And then Kate. I replaced the rest of it with Kate Winslet's What If.
That you was playing in October in this house.
Does everyone else remember when Kate Winslet released What If?
And it still is a banger.
That was for a Christmas Carol adaptation.
You
was it
never
not?
hear it on the radio. Like, I've had Magic FM on
Yeah.
all December in the office, and not once has that song played.
But they only ever exclusively play Magic. And that song is magic.
Shut up. I've had every version of bloody White Christmas and
Christmas wrapping.
Christmas wrapping. Oh, I had to listen to the bloody Spice Girls crap version yesterday. My ears were bleeding. I never got any Kate Winslet.
No, Winslet, What If? Oh, I don't know.
What a song. What a hole.
What a hole. That's good. But no, this is not better than Space Jam. It's as good as for me.
Not for me. It's better than Space Jam. Not by much, but it is.
It is saved purely on Carey's performance.
Carrie's performance and the quotability of it.
But again, that ties into Carey's performance. You take any other actor, put them in that costume. Mike Myers, you get the Cat in the Hat.
But also, it's nostalgic glasses.
Yeah, I guess.
I never go, I need to watch Space Jam at Easter or anything like that.
I would watch Space Jam at Easter.
Is there a particular time of year I think, you know what? I'm going to watch Space Jam.
Daily.
This is reserved for me. I have to watch this at Christmas.
Okay, well, yeah, it's the Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
And all the streaming services know that, so they'll take it off and make you pay for it.
Absolutely. Just buy it, guys. Physical media is the way forward. Then you've got it forever.
Anyone who's also seen Netflix's Leave the World Behind also know that physical media is the way forward.
Julia Roberts does dance.
She does do a dance, yeah. When the little girl can't finish watching her Friends rerun because all the power's gone.
It's because Netflix took it off, did they?
She ain't got no Netflix, she got no internet.
Oh!
So she finds it.
I just thought
she finds the DVD, puts that bad boy on, and there you go.
I just thought Netflix would stop paying £10 million for it, but what do I know? Thanks for joining us on the Grinch. Home Alone is next.
It is, and we cannot wait.
Oh, it's somewhere in my memory.
Da, 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 da.
La 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 la. Thanks for joining us. The Grinch no better than Space Jam. You think he is? Let us know. Is it?
Guzzle died.
Guzzle died. That's it, I'm not going.